Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have a little bit of a philosophical question for you. But before we get there, first I have to, I think by law, say that because we're on YouTube, you should like, subscribe, and share. Pretty sure I have to say that by some type of federal mandate. Also, go ahead and do it, as my friend Jim Gaffigan would say. Uh, we're really tight, like he has no idea who I am. All right, so on to the question. How can you tell a coin is overpriced, or when is a coin overpriced? And so this is actually a little bit of a tricky question compared to what it just sounds like at first, because coins aren't actually commodities. So if you live in a residential neighborhood, you can kind of get a sense for how much a house should be priced at because there's lots of comparisons. Coins are kind of similar that way, that you can actually look around and compare prices a lot. So if you want to know if a coin is overpriced, if you're shopping and looking for coins, generally speaking, the more shopping you do, the more you will know whether something is overpriced or not, because you can look and see kind of into the market whether things are priced correctly or not. Now, the commodity aspect is something that a lot of coin collectors get used to, because a lot of coin collectors know a little bit about the silver and the gold market. And so when you look at an ounce of silver, it's easy to say, okay, I understand how much silver's there, and I know how much someone is pricing it for, because it is usually spot plus a certain dollar amount, and that's really pretty easy to look at and say, okay, I understand how much that is, right? Or if you're driving around and everyone has gas at $4.99 a gallon, and you see the guy up over the hill at $5.15 a gallon, you think, that idiot, $5.15, he's just pummeling us, right? Now, here's the irony, of course, that he's pummeling you for 3%, right? But not only that, when gas was $2.50, he was probably $2.85, and nobody cared that he was that much higher. It's psychological. So much of this is psychological. So it's actually also psychological whether or not you think a coin is overpriced, because here's where coins and currency and the like, and even houses, are not really commodities. You can look at some of these price points and some of these price guides, but you have to look at the coin, right? So if you go to some of these auto trader websites, cars.com or whatever, and you look at a car, you've been looking for a car, and you click on it, and they'll show you the price point, and they actually say good deal, fair deal, not good deal. They actually have a price point that they use or some type of metric in it. And this is all fine and good, but all they're looking at is someone else's listing of the price point, the model, and the mileage. They haven't looked inside the car. They don't know if it smells like smoke or not. They don't know if someone is running drugs in that car. They don't know anything about that car, right? And so the same thing is true when you look at the gray sheet or you look at PCGS price guide. That is just an estimate based on they're looking at what people are selling things for or bidding on things. That's not looking at the actual coin itself. And this is where things get really, really tricky, right? So there are certain coins where they trade constantly. So think of for the Morgan Dollar series, like just your 81S Morgan Dollar, right? Just the most common Morgan Dollar you can think of. They trade constantly. And so it's a whole lot easier for the price guides to accurately portray a price point. It's also a whole lot easier for you to look at a coin and purchase it, because there's so many options out there. You're not going to see that wide of a variety. You're probably not going to see a guy overprice a coin like that at a coin show, because he knows probably just instinctively that there's 200 other coins that are the same at the show, right? There's nothing about that coin that is individual or unique, most likely, right? So, but the price guides aren't always that helpful when you look at the big difference or disparity they may have, right? So the gray sheet may list a coin at $200, but PCGS price guide might list it at $250. This is where being an active shopper is important, right? So if you're shopping a lot for a certain coin, you understand, well, can I buy that coin for $200? Can I buy that coin for $250? Where can I buy that coin for? What is it really priced at in the marketplace? I like to look at coins in the marketplace and see what they're trading at. So if you can find auction records, or if you can find recent sales online, or if you shop a lot for a certain coin, you get to know when a coin is overpriced or not overpriced. At the end of the day, whether a coin is overpriced or not is really actually up to you, the buyer, to understand, right? So, I mean, don't worry about, I'm not saying, I'm not releasing dealers from anything, right? So like I, as a dealer, no markets on lots of things, right? So if someone comes to me with a GSA Morgan dollar, I can tell them, yeah, the current market on these is 350. They used to be 250 a year ago, but 6 months ago they used to be 375. Like, I can tell you exactly what those trade at because there's a constant bid process on them, right? But what I mean by that is at the end of the day, if you're actually going to buy a coin, you're going to have to like that coin. And also, you get to determine if something's overpriced or not. So I may have a GSA dollar priced at 350, which is market price all day long right now. And you look at it and you don't like the coin's overpriced. The coin is overpriced to you. You're not going to buy that coin if you don't like that coin, right? And this gets trickier and trickier as you move towards more and more esoteric items or items that don't trade as frequently, right? So if you look at a coin that is, like recently I got a proof 3-cent nickel piece in, that's just a stunning coin. It's only graded proof 64, but like, I don't want to sell it at, quote unquote market price, because I can't replace it at that price in my opinion. And not because of the grade, but because of the coin. Now, somewhere somebody once said, buy the coin, not the holder. We don't do that. I mean, so many of us don't. And I know a lot of you guys do. We have a lot of smart listeners and viewers on this channel, which I really appreciate. But you really do want to buy the coin and not the holder. So, because at the end of the day, when you're talking about the pricing of cars or houses, they're not commodities. You go and you look and you get to see the difference. If one house is 350 and the other house is 400, but you walk through the two of them, maybe the one that's 350 is overpriced because it has all kinds of work that it needs, and the one at 400 is really probably a good deal because someone upgraded everything in the house. And the same thing is true for your coins and your coin collecting, right? If you find a coin that is just has so much eye appeal for the grade that you would never sell it, and those coins trade at $300 all day long, but this guy wants 350, is it overpriced? Not if you think it's an awesome coin and you buy it and you're going to hold on to it. One thing you can't really duplicate, I think, in coins is eye appeal and a good looking coin. I do think that you tend to find that those coins over time hold their value better. So at the end of the day, whether a coin is overpriced or not is really up to you, the consumer, to decide. I'm definitely not recommending overpaying for coins. Don't hear that. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, I'm actually telling you to be a lot more selective with coins and look at them very carefully. And don't just buy a coin because it has a grade on the holder. Buy a coin because you like the coin. You've got to look at that coin and say, I want to own this coin and I like this coin. So anyways, there's lots and lots of ways. There's lots of price guides out there you can use. There's the internet, of course, and there's people around you. There's lots of people with opinions. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's your coins in your coin collection. So a coin is overpriced when you don't want to buy it. And when you want to buy a coin, it's priced right. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.